How's it going, guys? Thomas here, and today we'll be reading Ezekiel 27. Yesterday we read, or 2 days ago we read Ezekiel 26, Prophecy Against Tyre, and now today we'll be reading a lament for Tyre. A lament is grief or sorrow for Tyre. So lament means you could say sorrow, you could say grief, but basically saying the title is a grief for Tyre. So let's get to reading. Ezekiel 27. The word of the Lord came to me. Now you, son of man, raise a lamentation, which is grief or sorrow, over Tyre. And say to Tyre, who dwells at the entrances to the sea, merchant of the peoples to many coastlands, thus says the Lord God. O Tyre, you have said, I am perfect in beauty. Your borders are in the heart of the seas. Your builders made perfect your beauty. They made all your planks of fir trees from Senir. They took a cedar from Lebanon to make a mast for you. Of oaks of Bashan, they made your oars. They made you your deck of pines from the coasts of Cyprus, inlaid with ivory. Of fine embroidered linen from Egypt was your sail, serving as your banner. Blue and purple from the coasts of Elisha was your awning. The inhabitants of Sidon and Arvad were your rowers. Your skilled men, O Tyre, were in you. They were your pilots. The elder of Jerbel and her skilled men were in you, caulking your seams. All the ships of the sea with their mariners were in you to barter for your wares. Wares is goods. So that's what wares are. It's goods, like the country's goods. So far right now they're describing Tyre as a ship, right? And the ship is like beautiful, perfect in beauty. That's what God says. It's perfect in beauty, is made by the best of the best from all the countries. So Tyre is being described as a ship right now. Okay? All right, let's keep reading. Persia and Lud and Put were put in your army as your men of war. They hung the shield and helmet in you. They gave you splendor. Men of Arvad and Helech were on your walls all around. And men of Gamad were in your towers. They hung their shields off your walls all round. They made perfect your beauty. Tarshish did business with you because of your great wealth of every kind, silver, iron, tin, and lead they exchanged for your wares. Javan, Tubal, and Meshech traded with you. So these countries right now, they wanted wares, and wares is goods from Tyre. Let's keep reading. Meshech traded with you. They exchanged human beings and vessels of bronze for your merchandise. From Beth Togarmah, they exchanged horses, war horses, and mules for your wares. The men of Dedan traded with you. Many coastlands were your own special markets. They brought you in payment ivory, tusks, and ebony. Syria did business with you because of your abundant goods. They exchanged for your wares emeralds, purple, embroidered work, fine linen, coral, and ruby. Judah and the land of Israel traded with you. They exchanged for your merchandise wheat of Minnith, meal, honey, oil, and balm. Damascus did business with you for your abundant goods because of your great wealth of every kind, wine of Helbon and wool of Sahar, and casks of wines from Uzal. They exchanged for your wares. Wrought iron, cassia, and calamus were bartered for your merchandise. Dedan traded with you in saddlecloths for riding. Arabia and all the princes of Kedar were your favored dealers in lambs, rams, and goats. In these they did business with you. The traders of Sheba, Rama, traded with you. They exchanged for your wares the best of all kinds of spices and all precious stones and gold. Aran, Kene, Eden, traders of Sheba, Asher, and Chilmad traded with you. In your market, these traded with you in choice garments, in clothes of blue and embroidered work, and in carpets of colored material, bound with cords and made secure. The ships of Tarshish traveled for you with your merchandise, so you were filled and heavily laden in the heart of the seas. So far, right, God's describing with Ezekiel, because this was Ezekiel and God talking, they're describing the wealth of Tyre and how many people love trading with Tyre, because Tyre is super rich sounding. They have materials that everybody wants. So this is just telling how much they're favored by all these other countries, right? Or cities. So let's keep going. Your rowers have brought you out into the high seas. The east wind has wrecked you in the heart of the seas. Your riches, your wares, your merchandise, your mariners, and your pilots, your talkers, your dealers in merchandise, and all your men in war who are in you, with all your crew that is in your midst, sink into the heart of the seas on the day of your fall. At the sound of the cry of your pilots, the countryside shakes, and down from their ships come all who handle the oar. The mariners and all the pilots of the sea stand on the land, and shout aloud over you, and cry out bitterly. They cast dust on their heads and wallow in ashes. They make themselves bathe for you, and put sackcloth on their waist. And they weep over you in bitterness of soul with bitter mourning. In their wailing they raise a lamentation for you, and lament for you. Lament as in worrying, sorrow, grief. Same for lamentation, except lamentation is, it's like saying they, versus lament is saying like for just one thing, one person. Who is like Tyre? Like the one destroyed in the midst of the sea. When your wares came from the seas, you satisfied many peoples. With your abundant wealth and merchandise, you enriched the kings of the earth. Now you are wrecked by the seas, in the depths of the waters. Your merchandise and all your crew in the midst have sunk with you. All the inhabitants of the coastlands are appalled at you, and the hair of their kings bristles with horror. Their faces are convulsed. The merchants among the peoples hiss at you. You have come to a dreadful end and shall be no more forever. Okay, that was Ezekiel 27, and it's pretty big because it tells us how Tyre goes from a super high point in their country and in their goods and everything, all the way down to nothingness, to no value, to nothing. They got destroyed, right? And that was kind of shown in Ezekiel 26, but God highlighted it in Ezekiel 27, showed exactly what Tyre went through after they tried to attack Israel. And Tyre was punished for their pride, mainly, and celebration of their worldly wealth. They looked at the world and all the stuff that the world gave and not what God gave. And that's what really got them to be punished by God. So yeah, that was Ezekiel 27. If you guys liked it, and if I missed anything you think, then put it in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great rest of your day.